Okay, only 5 minutes over. I got pretty good because I did this class for mountaineering school on Tuesday. Let's see if we got it. Hi everybody again. What are your questions? I'm going to change my video around so that okay. This is always the most complicated class of backpacking school, I think. And so we are going to do a practical exercise, the compass course. Typically we do it the Wednesday after this class, but unfortunately I don't think our phases are going to allow for that. So in this case, we are going to do we will do the compass course. I will get it on the IMAC calendar. We just need to have the phases relaxed a little bit more to where we can assemble in larger groups outside. I guess Shelly and Dory, you would be, it's closer to trigonometry, I think. It's all based on, it's based on a grid. So if you get really crazy, you can use your sines and cosines and just calculate your azimuths. Your a squared plus b squared plus c squared. I know there's questions out there. I really wish we could have done this in person because the practical exercises are way better. Yep, practice. It's a perishable skill. One of the reasons I like to teach this class every year is so that I can brush up on my own skills. Like I said, I caught myself forgetting to do declination there on that first practical exercise. Yeah, so map tools. I really like the small maptools.com one. Like I said, there's my Sunto compass and there's the map tools one. That's how small it is. Their Yogi was mentioning that eyesight not quite as good, so maybe you could get the military one. You can buy those off Amazon too. It's called the UTM Grid Reader. They're about this big. It still has cutouts, so you can draw in them. Like I said, when you're evaluating a map tool, look for cutouts. Something that has cutouts. The REI one doesn't have cutouts. Laura, I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing the one that you have doesn't have cutouts, and so that makes it harder to use on the map. And then if you find a map tool that you're curious about, you want to just send me an email with it. It might take me a couple days to get to it, but I will give you feedback as well. They're like, yeah, that looks like a great map tool, or no, it doesn't look good. All right, yeah. See, cello, right? That's how you say it. Yep. All right, yep. See you, cello. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. I think this is one of the skills that is decreased the most probably in our modern society. There's not a whole lot of navigating through the woods and orienteering anymore. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Annie. Appreciate it. Thank you, Franson. Yeah, you have a good week too. Practice. Dave, U.S. National Grid was adapted from military grid reference system. They wanted standardized coordinates for the U.S. and lat long and UTM are kind of a mouthful, and especially lat long is harder to use when you're navigating on land. So they put together a committee. FEMA is I think the organizing agency, and I think Coast Guard as well. They all came together and said, for land search and rescue, the primary coordinate system we're going to use is U.S. National Grid.
So it just cuts off the first two numbers of the UTM?
It replaces the first two numbers of the UTM with the 100,000 meter grid zone identifier.
Okay, so then it references back in the larger scope of what's going on.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I got it.
Yes, and there will be an orienteering practice after all this is over, after we can assemble in groups again. And so stay tuned to your email for that. We will probably be after classes are over, but I will definitely shoot out an email a week or two in advance. Okay. Thank you, Shelley. Yes, I agree. U.S. National Grid is all 10 based. It's very easy to understand once you get the hang of it. Thank you, Mariana. Appreciate it. I'm going to take off, and thank you everybody for joining.